Hi, my name is Ashley Kemp, and today we're going to be talking about my upcoming project for school titled Access Denied. Check us out. We, of course, start off in the diner. That's our only location. And Jake, this hot stud that all the waitresses love, walks into the door. Diamond takes his order, recognizes his voice and who he is, and tries to signal to her friend Tiffany, who is our female lead character, that just has this dying crush for this guy. You know, she tries to yell to her to get her over, and Tiffany doesn't hear her. So she takes his order, and after Jake leaves and walks over to his table, Tiffany comes up, hey, what, I heard you call me. I called you an hour ago, Diamond being exaggerated or whatever. And Tiffany becomes aware that Jake, her crush, this love of hers, is here. And so she stares at him, mesmerizing over him and his beauty, just him being astonishing or whatever. And amidst the conversation, Diamond encourages Tiffany to go and talk to him. Diamond decides for Tiffany that today is the day that you're going to stop fantasizing, you're going to stop watching from afar, and you're going to go and approach this man that you like so much. You're going to talk to him, you're going to get his number, it's going to be great. And Tiffany lets her know, I don't think that I can do that. In Act 1, I introduce why Tiffany feels as if she can't go and speak to him. And the way that I do that is by creating an imaginary character that only Tiffany sees, but it's very real to Tiffany. Tiffany doesn't know that this character doesn't really exist. And all that this character is like a manifestation of every insecurity, every negative thought, every mean woman or girl or guy, whoever she's ever come across that's been rude, discouraged her, disrespectful to her, is all embodied in this one character. And this character is nothing more than a arrogant, cocky, overzealous, rude version or aspect of herself. And so while Tiffany is letting Diamond know, like, hey, I can't do this, it's just not in me to do this, the personified her pops up at a table across the way saying, yeah, like, have you seen her? Have you looked at yourself? You can't do this. You're not his type. And discouraged, Tiffany hears that, and in conversation with Diamond, Diamond doesn't hear that. Diamond doesn't know what Tiffany is seeing or hearing or feeling, to say the least. And so Diamond keeps pushing it. And in the end, Diamond finally encourages Tiffany to go and speak to this guy by saying, hey, that secret that you had from a while back about what you did way back when? I'll walk over there and let him know if you don't go and talk to him. And that alone encourages Tiffany to say, hey, okay, I'll give it a shot. And her actually attempting to walk over to him and speak to him is how we start Act 2. It starts off with Tiffany finally gathering up the nerve in order to go and talk to Jake. So she begins walking over to Jake's table, and before she can make it, the personification of, or the personified her imagination manifested insecurities stops her, and it's basically being rude to her, discouraging her and letting her know that Jake doesn't want her. She's not his type of girl. She's not pretty enough. And in an attempt to actually overcome that fear and defeat her insecurities, she speaks back to this personified imaginary aspect of herself, accidentally or unknowingly actually speaking to a customer in a very rude manner and rude tone, and consequently she gets a glass of water dashed in her face. She walks back over to Diamond, who of course asks her what's wrong, and she lets her know what happened, and tells her that she can't do it. In the midst of Diamond speaking, this other woman walks into the restaurant and walks right over to Jake's table. Jake stands, hugs her, kisses her on the cheek. She sits down, they're talking. Tiffany sees all of this and it's like, you know what, hey, I tried. Can't have him anyway, he's taken. And Diamond, being the character that she is, she says, you know what, you better pull an Alicia Keys. You go and you take that man. And together they come up with a plan in order to actually get the girl or get the woman sitting with Jake away from the table. And once that plan is in action, we start Act 3. In Act 3, the girls go through with the plan. Diamond walks over to Jake and the woman sitting across from him at the table. And she dashes water on the woman accidentally in order to get the woman from the table to give Tiffany a chance to go and actually speak to Jake. So after that's done, Diamond signals for her, gives her a little wink to actually go over there and speak to him. Her alter ego tries one more time in order to distract her, and this time Tiffany is focused. She walks right past her. She goes and she sits at the table and makes a complete fool of herself. She doesn't know how to flirt. She doesn't know how to speak to a man, and her emotions, hormones, everything's all over the place. So she gets there and the first thing that she says is hi, and awkwardly enough he says hi. And this conversation between the two, this awkward, funny, romantic conversation partakes between the two. And after a moment or two of speaking with him, Tiffany's stronghold kind of diminishes, and she speaks to him like she met a celebrity that she's always loved. Hey, I think so highly of you. I think you're beautiful to me. Can you take me out? Would you take me out? Take me out on a date, kind of thing. And a little later, after he laughs and thanks her for the compliments, he actually lets her know that he is gay. So although he thinks that she's beautiful and a lovely person, he loves her personality, he can't take her out on a date. They can't be together because his interest is in other men. And Tiffany takes it well, kind of. She's like, oh, okay, well, it's nice to know. Can I get you anything? Water, anything? She kind of falls back into her role of a waitress. Let me take care of you in a sense and get out of here so I can hide my face and all the embarrassment that I feel. She walks back over to Diamond, who's at the register, and Diamond asks her, how did it go? And she lets him know, or she lets Diamond know, that Jake is gay. And it shocks the draws out of both of them. And Diamond is the more comedic, raw, blunt kind of character. So as Tiffany walks away in embarrassment, shame, and kind of a little frustration, Diamond sits there and kind of still stares at him. And her last comment or her last words are, the man's still fine, so we can still look, we can still fantasize. And that's the end from there.